The contractual thing is tough for me. I'm a freedom. I like my freedom, and I don't like to be, like, I like the concept of freedom.
Yeah.
For some, a marriage certificate is non-negotiable, but for Kate Hudson, a ring and a lifetime commitment are more than enough. The actress, who's been engaged to Danny Fujikawa for over 3 years, admitted on the Drew Barrymore Show that she's in no hurry to walk down the aisle. Kate reminded viewers that she was raised by one of Hollywood's most famous unmarried couples, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, who've been happily together since 1983 without ever signing that piece of paper.
This thing when, like, you're signing the government contract, to me, just my own thing is, like, probably why, I was raised by Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, who never signed the contract.
When it comes to wedding planning, Kate admitted that the whole process doesn't exactly light her fire.
I just don't have the same kind of, like, oh my God, I'm gonna get married and I can't wait for the party. It's the opposite. I'm like, okay, I have to plan it, and then it's gonna cost so much money, and it's just a lot.
Now, while she may be unsure about wedding bells, Kate was candid about the ups and downs of motherhood. On Kylie Kelce's Not Gonna Lie podcast, she opened up about having to apologize to her kids when her mom mode goes a little too far.
I became combative with my 13-year-old, which is like, I mean, that doesn't go.
Where's that going to get us?
Where's that going to go, right? But
Right.
It happens all the time as a parent.
She emphasized the importance of owning up to her mistakes for the sake of her kids, Ryder, Bingham, and Ronnie.
And the importance of being able to tell your kids that you could do better. I could have handled that situation better. Actually models much more for them than being stubborn and saying, no, I can't admit that I was wrong.
Kate shared that this kind of accountability has been her biggest lesson as a mom, admitting that if parents don't recognize their own behavior, they might just be teaching their kids the wrong way to handle conflict.
And what you find in going to your kids and saying, I could have handled this better, or I made a mistake, or I'm sorry I didn't trust you, whatever the scenario is, that connection becomes stronger.
But her kids aren't afraid to call her out, especially when it comes to her style. Kate admitted that they keep her quite humble.
They're just very much clued into the things that you're doing. Like, you know, is that what you're wearing? So like if it's a little see-through or very see-through with me, like it could be very see-through and they're like, no, Mom, that's gross. Like, what are you doing?
Kylie Kelce could relate, admitting her daughters are just as brutally honest. Kate agreed, saying it happens all the time.
I've gotten like, that's so cringe, like, Mom, when you do like, you know,
Cringe.
yeah, like, don't wear that, you know, whatever it is, like.
Well, sure, her kids might think she's a bit cringe, but if anyone deserves the title of cool mom, it's definitely Kate Hudson.